Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So let's talk about DCR or the decred. So if we talk about DCR coin, this was my setup in the last video, and it seems like that it went like below this like triangle. So that is not a good look, I would say. It just lost its trend line as well. So again, as of now, we have this big meltdown that is happening. So let's break it down what is happening with DCR and where it may be headed. I will just talk about its price in this video. We will not talk about anything else. Now, as of now, the reason why the DCR was going up is, from what I can see, is solely due to like the privacy narrative. And of course, the biggest winner of the narrative is like Zcash. As you can see here, it has seen over 142% surge in the last 30 days. After that, we have DCR, as you can see, with a surge of over 73%, which is also a lot. And we also have Dash. So now these three tokens have seen the biggest, I would say, benefit of the privacy narrative, because if you look at the rest, we don't have that much surge from the Litecoin. Even from the Monero, it's not that high. So overall, DCR is like one of the biggest scanner. So again, as it is like going up, there is a possibility that it will also go down if like this privacy narrative like sees like a decline in the hype. There is that possibility. But as for the privacy narrative, from what I can see, privacy narrative is like going against the trend with the BTC. So whenever market goes down, somehow these privacy tokens start to do really well. So as of now, we have of course the massive like crash happening in the market, and when BTC becomes slightly stable, the privacy tokens see a massive surge. That is the exact case with like Zcash as well. So if you look here, so for example, if you look here, ZAC actually went up on 18th, and whereas BTC went like down. So there was this as well. BTC did have like a really good like surge as well, but after that it saw a pretty good crash as well. Same thing happened with ZAC. After that BTC went up, and ZAC, like after hitting this level, it went down. And as of now, the BTC like is going down, as you can see here, and the BTC did go up, as you can see, but after that we have this massive meltdown, and ZAC is doing fairly well, I would say, as you can see here. So again, as of now, I think DCR as well as Dash will follow Zcash. So it actually depends on ZAC how the ZAC will do as of now, but I think the DCR will most likely follow ZAC. Now, to be honest, I think if we just try to use favorite adjustment from this massive surge that happened, there is a possibility that we could see a really good response on this level again, which is like $27. The reason why I think we'll see a pretty good response here is because if you look here, back in November 14th, we had a really good response, exact same level, because it is a really, I would say, strong support if you use favorite adjustment. So there is a possibility that we'll see a really good rebound from here, and if that rebound happens, let's say that if it does start to go up again, and if it makes a breakout above from this trend line, I think there is a possibility that it can push to that like 41 or even like that $36 level overall. So this is what I'm looking at. So if we do see a breakout, this is what I think is what possible. Again, if it doesn't break this, or if it doesn't reclaim this trend line that it was following since its biggest surge, I think it will eventually go down. This is what I think if it doesn't reclaim this. But if somehow, if let's say if it reclaims this trend line, I think it can continue to trade this way. That is also another possibility if it reclaims this trend line as well. But overall, I think there is also another support that can also play out really well as well. So that is going to be this one, somewhere around 25 to, I would say, 24 something like this. So 27 to 25 like dollar support, that is also really good support as well. And again, if you look here, the token did break, the coin did break like its biggest downtrend. So it was in the downtrend ever since April of 2021, and we saw a massive breakout that happened. And again, if it can make a new high of like, if it can break above $70, there is a possibility that it can run as high as like $90 to $84. That is what I think. That is if it breaks this like level. So again, as of now, it has a really strong resistance somewhere around here. So as I said, I think DCR is still, I would say, looking fairly good. If somehow if it can like rebound from this level of 27 to like $25 level mark. So again, if it does do that, there is a possibility that it can push higher. But if it loses the support of like, let's say if it loses this, will most likely go as low as like 22, and if it doesn't hold this $22, will most likely go back to that like 13 to like 14 level eventually. But again, overall, I think it does depends on ZAC as well. So if ZAC start to do well, and if ZAC hits a new all-time high again, there is a possibility that the DCR as well as Dash will follow ZAC as well. And if you look at ZAC, it is like in the continuous uptrend. So again, I think as long as ZAC continues to do well, I think the possibility of like Dash as well as DCR following the ZAC is really high. So as of now, I think all eyes should be on the ZAC instead of DCR, and it does depends on like, I would say, ZAC if these privacy it does depends on ZAC if this privacy narrative stays on or dies out as of now. But as of now, considering how the market is doing, there is a possibility that the privacy narrative may start to do really well again. So there is that as well. But eventually, I think these tokens, if the market sees a massive dip, they are bound to go down. I think even like the DCR. So if you are like if you are planning to get this token, I think the best entry again is like $25 to $27. We have like potential of a rebound if that makes sense. If not, there is like a possible rebound point somewhere around $22 or even like $24 as well, as you can see here. But if it doesn't like go up from this $22, there is a possibility that it may go as low as like $18. There is that as well. Anyways, let's say that if you bought it somewhere around like somewhere around 50 or even a little bit higher, let's say around 40, I think the best strategy would be to basically dollar cost averaging or wait for it to like reclaim these levels. Again, selling it in a loss would be again a big problem. As you can see here, the token is already down. But again, there is a possibility that it may rebound somewhere around $27. I think this is super strong support. So hopefully, I think it can see a rebound. And if it breaks above from this trend line, there is a possibility that we'll see a pretty good surge, potentially as high 36 to like I think $39. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will be back with more things.